go.
Hello everyone, we are Zachary Adney,
Matthew Hannell,
Michael Vada,
Ethan Wang.
And Joshua Young, here to present to you the story of a Chinese immigrant named Chang, who represents all Asian immigrants at the time, and also faced through the gruesome process of the interrogation and selection.
Unfortunately, not everybody who went through Angel Island was able to enter the United States, whether it be through deportation or death. Many did not achieve their dream of coming to the United States.
All immigrants, in addition to the harsh conditions and tiresome waits, had to encounter one of America's most disgraceful examples of discrimination and prejudice.
Throughout their journey of coming to America, the Asian immigrants exchanged their culture with American traditions, and although Angel Island was a terrible place for everybody who came there, it ended up changing America for the better.
They sailed on the SS Siberia, and rather than landing in San Francisco, they came to Angel Island, in San Francisco Bay.
See the island from here, Josh.
It's been such a long journey. I can't wait to see what America is going to be like.
Before they could even go through their examinations, however, only 3% of all Asian immigrants remained on the island, while most people were sent back to their country. As stated in the Chinese Exclusion Acts of 1882, 1888, 1892, and 1902, the only Asian immigrants able to enter America were usually students, merchants, and teachers, or those who were the sons or daughters of American citizens. Thankfully, Chang was part of the lucky 3% who was given a chance to enter America. However, he must face a series of challenging and difficult tests to determine whether or not he will enter.
Chang enters a confinement room where he must wait numerous days before he can have his papers inspected for approval. In that room, he talks to his new friend Ming, and who he met on the SS Siberia. He and Ming spend the next 3 days sharing their life stories to pass the time.
Next. This man is a fraud. Take him away.
No, please, I promise.
Those suspected of having false information were immediately deported without
Next.
question. The workers at Angel Island did not care for the immigrants, and many of them showed signs of discrimination and prejudice.
Next. You know, we really don't need these Chinese scum storming our country.
All they're doing is taking away our hard-earned jobs.
Although some people did come to America using false information due to the 1906 San Francisco earthquake, many were wrongly suspected of being one of these paper sons.
Attention everybody. These are your barracks. You are to sleep here. You are not allowed to leave here unless you need to eat or exercise. You will eat your meals in a separated dining hall.
Asians, Europeans, and employees ate in separated areas, but overall the food was very unpleasant. Asian meals were the worst out of the three. Only 14 cents were spent on every Asian meal, while 25 cents were spent on every European and employee meal. Once again demonstrating the racial inequality Americans practice towards Asians.
Josh, this food tastes very bland.
Yeah.
If only I could use something.
Oh, Chinese spice.
Hey, you there. What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. I'm just adding some spice to my food.
Hey, that's pretty good. What did you say it was called again?
It's Chinese spice.
It's a mixture of 5 different Chinese spices, including Sichuan pepper.
I guess not all Chinese culture is that bad. I might have to tell some of my friends about this. But you know what this could really use? Some good old black pepper.
It's not that bad. Everyone, come with me. It's time for your medical examination.
Medical examinations were done on every immigrant, including humiliating checkups done to the immigrants bare naked, where they checked for parasitic infections in front of every other immigrant there.
The two of you, stand against the wall, take off all your clothes, and we'll examine your bodies. If there's anything found wrong, we will deport you immediately.
Probably the hardest part of the grueling process is interrogations were held on every immigrant. These interrogations were extremely specific, testing the immigrants' validity by having them answer minuscule details.
What is your name?
Wang Hao.
What is your occupation?
Merchant.
Who lives in the first row, 3 houses down from you back in China?
Zhang Yixing.
Tell me what his occupation is, the number of children, and the name of his wife.
He's a farmer, he has 4 sons, and his wife is skinny.
Zhang Ying's has 3 sons.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got mixed up.
We'll end your interrogation here.
You know, Josh, why is it that we, out of all people, have to undergo such tough situations? I met one man from New Zealand who was an immigrant, and 3 days after he was interrogated, he was released to America.
I'm very sorry. Life is very unfair. But we can only hope that one day we can make it through America.
Wang Hao Yu, I need to talk to you.
Yes.
Wang Hao Yu, after investigating your interrogation answers and investigating your papers, you are to be deported.
No, please, I promise
If you
I am
resist
not a
anymore,
fraud.
you will be punished even further.
Please, give me one more chance.
Chang waited patiently after the loss of his friend for his own paper inspection, but to no avail. He was not aware of the amount of time he would need to wait before a verdict was decided.
Meanwhile, boredom took its toll on everyone on the island. Luckily, one of Chang's only belongings was a diary he carried with him.
These days, I've been toughest for me. Oftentimes, I find myself doing whatever I can do just to pass the time. All I can do all day is listen to records and read the newspaper. Only the European immigrants on the island are allowed to visit friends or family in the Americas. And although I have no one to visit, I often wonder why they treat the Chinese immigrants so harshly. January 5th, 1939.
For the next few years, Chang will understand the horrors and hardships of Angel Island. As stated by the Chinese World newspaper, ever since the establishment of this wooden shed at the wharf, the mistreatment of us Chinese confined there was worse than for jail prisoners. The walls were covered with poems expressing feelings about being incarcerated, traces of tears soaked the floor. There were even some who could not endure the cruel abuse and took their own lives. The ropes they used to hang themselves are still visible. Those seeing this cannot help but feel aggrieved and gnash their teeth in anger. Now the Chinese had been moved from this wood.
After weeks and months inside the center, Chang notices people writing on the walls, whatever they can find, sometimes even carving into the walls. Each of them tells fascinating and frightening stories, being beautiful descriptions of the long and sorrowful time spent in the immigration center.
Detained in this wooden house for several tens of days because of the exclusion laws. It's a pity heroes have no place to exercise their prowess. Waiting for news of my release, I am ready to snap my whip and gallop. All my kinsmen and housemates will be happy for me. But don't deny this western grandeur, this imposing facade, for behind the jade carvings there lies a cage.
During this time, Chang befriends many other friends, immigrants' friends, but sadly they are incapable of surviving the harsh conditions and lack of sanitation. Many commit suicide because of this.
Chang, where's
One
Chang?
day, the guard walks into Chang's confined room with important news.
Yes, sir. Chang, after many months of investigations, you are to enter the United States of America.
Are you serious?
Wait for real.
Yes, you are free to go.
After 3 years of containment, stuck in this prison, I can't believe I'm finally being released.
Chang now has the ability to explore the world he has only once heard of. Compared to the corrupt world Chang sought so deeply to believe, America can only be described as paradise. Chang is now ready to start a Chinese grocer and share his stories among all of his customers. While starting his business, Chang meets Zhang Love. Zhang, who also went through Angel Island, was interested in spreading Chinese culture as well. Together they formed the Wang Fei grocery store and introduced Asian culture into Denver, Colorado. The store sold various cooking utensils like woks and cleavers, and also included demonstrations of stir frying. It also sold traditional Chinese cooking ingredients like soy sauce and ginger. This new cultural exchange blew up and their shop was a major success. People of European descent who inhabited Denver had never encountered this new style of food and quickly came to frequent the shop. Zhang and Chang also made occasional trips back to Asia to share their experiences and success among their families.
Chang, choosing to embrace the fullness of American culture, decides to change his name to a more suitable American name, while keeping his Chinese roots. In time, he selects the name John S. Young.
Many years after the success of the grocery store in Denver, John travels back to San Francisco in front of a Chinese noodle shop. In the background, a radio plays.
This just in, after weeks of protesting in court cases by thousands of Chinese Americans, just yesterday on July 24th, 1964, the Supreme Court has ruled that immigrants are no longer to be discriminated against in coming to the United States based on any race.
The experiences of the Angel Island immigrants demonstrate the unfair treatment during the years of the Chinese Exclusion Acts.
Throughout the process, immigrants were exposed to harsh conditions and the chance of returning to the country they tried so hard to leave.
From these events, we can learn to avoid such things, for example, prejudice and racism, especially to those who are looking for opportunities of a new life, such as the Chinese immigrants as shown before, as not only have they endured so much as they have suffered in these camps of theirs, but they have also brought much improvement to America's culture as well.
We thank you for watching.
Thank you.